Welcome everybody to Good Morning Cannabis, and I have my friend Gary George. He has such a great name because it could be Gary, it could be George. I'm not sure. Gary has a lot of great things, and we're going to talk very specifically today about a topic that keeps on coming up to me about the process and how folks are having difficulty getting through the process because of the lack of funding. But Gary, give us kind of the 3-minute version of your life.
Oh wow, that's I can boil that down into 3 minutes. That's going to be a challenge, but here we go. I am Gary George, CEO of and founder of co-founder of Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference. My wife and I we founded this company back in 2017 when we saw that legalization was coming to New Jersey. We knew that there was an education component that was going to be missing. We decided to fill those gaps by bringing in experienced operators, guys who've been doing it 20 years plus, coming to New Jersey, teaching the New Jersey people how to do it. Now, a little bit more about myself before I was doing that, of course, and I still do. I own a 26-year-old digital marketing agency, web development company, and all that good stuff. Started at the beginning of the internet. I was one of the first pioneers, marketed in the very beginning of before Google was here, before pay-per-click was here, before all of that stuff was here. Yeah, I've been around that long, guys. So I got quite a long lineage there, and I also went to the entertainment industry prior to that when I came out of school. So I got a long lineage in the entertainment world. Recorded a lot of the big platinum artists that you guys know, Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, all the guys that I won't even get into that part. But we'll stick here, Todd. There we go, under 3 minutes.
Oh, that's really good. You're probably one of the first people to do that. I'm going to give you applause.
There it is.
So Gary, let's get right to the heart of things. I know this is
Yeah.
something that you're passionate about. I am too. Tell us, your perspective of kind of the problem with the process of actually getting the license, focusing primarily on how to get it funded, how to get the money, money.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
share with me your perspective, and then we got some more things to share too.
Yeah, definitely, man. I love to share that perspective because we see it all happening now in real time here in New Jersey. We finally get a chance to go through the application process so we can speak from experience now, right? And I've been doing this and going through and getting multiple people through the application process, working with multiple people in my family, getting them through the process. And we all are seeing the commonality. That was the reason why I got into this business, was to close those gaps, to fill them, to make sure that we could get those people who didn't have all of the resources, couldn't make it to the game. And once I saw the game and I realized that it was so cash intensive that the common person is never going to even attempt to play this game, nor have the resources to play the game, because it is purely not just about how dedicated or how much this is a money, very intense, regulated industry that requires a lot of red tape. And it costs a lot of bread to get through it. And at the end of the day, a lot of our people decided to sit on the sidelines because they said, I don't have $150,000 just to go through the conditional process. And I'm literally I'm rolling the dice with 150,000, guys. I mean, we all say we're well off, but none of us want to roll the dice with 150 unless you're a big roller. You're a big roller, you might do that.
Yeah,
But for
yeah,
the regular guys, we're
yeah.
not really trying to do 150 and just see if I'm going to get the conditional. That's only half the process. I still got to go through the other half. I still got to accomplish the cash. I still got to get the money. I still got to do all these things in 120 days. Now they're saying once you get approved for the conditional, you got 120 days to go and get your annual. That becomes the conundrum. That becomes the chicken and the egg. Everybody wants to do it, but who has 800,000 sitting in their bank, 150 to go through, and another 800 to get their business running? And that was when the light bulb went off for us. And I've decided that if we don't do something about this, that all of our small independent entrepreneurs are going to sit on the sideline and not even try this. And it's just going to be the big boys who come in, ransack the market, and dictate and create a monopoly that we'll all be sitting on the outside saying, why are you doing this, Mr. Bad Business, MS Big Guy coming in to do this?
Yeah.
Because you allowed them to, and we didn't come together, form the Voltron, and make sure that we control our industry here in New Jersey. So that's what we decided to do, guys. Came up with a cheaper way for everybody to get through it. Forget the 150,000, guys. I got ways of getting people through from 20 to 50 grand right now for me doing it multiple times with multiple people. I know the process inside it. I got a lot of smart people like Todd, and a lot of smart people like a whole bunch of other people you see on my wall who have helped me learn all this information for 5+ years. And I've been able to distill it down and get people through the application process, guys. So if you need to get through the application process and you don't have 150 to roll the dice with, hit me up, man, and I'll get you through that bad boy for 20 to 50. And all you got to do is go to realcannaconsulting.com. That's where you go, guys. realcannaconsulting.com to get in that list. We can only take a few, but I'm telling you guys, this is the time. We got to make it happen. Todd, was that good enough, man? Sorry
That
it takes
was
so long.
good. So my question to you is, how are you inspiring other people to do the same? Because obviously, I don't think, I mean, you have a certain cap on how many people you could do, but
Right.
if you had a message to other folks that are in this space who can help folks, what would it be?
Yeah, my message to everybody else is just to look at this as a common sense exercise, a business common sense exercise. I've been in business for so long and I'm a serial entrepreneur and I've done so many different ones that when I looked at everything, I just said, guys, this is everybody's making this overcomplicated. This is just look at it as a, approach it in a very different way. It's predominantly about, a lot of paperwork in the application process that is very hefty fees for some of the things that many people can do for themselves. That's going to be my number one tip that I have. First and foremost, Google is your friend. There's a whole bunch of documentation and a whole bunch of other things that you can really figure out on yourself that you do not need a professional. You do not need an attorney. You don't need a, it's all you guys. You can save this money if you spend the time. Do some Googling, do some YouTube University, do some Real Cannabis Entrepreneur educational programs, and you'll have that information to save yourself tremendously. So you only use those service professionals when you really need them.
Gary, do you think that the state has done enough to really help folks who are in this situation to get the license? We're talking about the state. We're not gonna curse the CRC. We're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about the
yeah,
state. Maybe
yeah.
you can comment on that.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a couple of unfair things that are in there, and I don't want to bash them, but at the same time, I say, they did a great job. New Jersey is ahead of the curve in terms of our regulations and some of the other stuff and disasters I've seen in other states. So I can't badmouth Jersey at all. They're doing a great job thus far. However, there's always hurdles and things that they have to and enhance. And one of those things would be the deadlines. Number one, deadlines for converting. Once you get your conditional license, for all of those who don't know, you got to go through a two-step process to get your license. Conditional license is the first step, and then your annual license is the second step, right? To get through that process, once you get the conditional license, now you have 120 days to convert it to an annual. That means you got to have your real estate, site plans done, surveyor in the place, architects, full build out, cameras installed, everything ready to go. That is very difficult in 120 days. That is extremely difficult for anybody who has ever opened a retail operation. You guys all say just doing the rigmarole for opening a regular store is a lot of work. But we're opening a cannabis dispensary that has security regulations, compliance regulations, special locks, and all kind of other things that are going to take time. And these cities also, the resolutions coming from the cities, zoning, you got a lot of stuff to do, and 120 days is really not enough. I saw one of the other states and they bumped theirs up to, I think, 180 or 6 months, something like that. Some state just did that, and hopefully New Jersey takes a look at that and adopt some of that practice, because that's going to be the real kicker. A lot of people who get these conditional licenses are not going to make it to the finish line. So everybody's saying, yeah, I got approved. That's what we all hear right now. That's going to turn into a different tone when it's time to convert to those annuals, because many of those people are not going to make it, because that 120 days is not even near close. Many people thought that they didn't have to get their real estate until they could actually, got their conditional, like New Jersey did, which we asked for. We didn't know. And I have to say this too. I thought it was a good thing too. Hey, don't require us to get the real estate. It costs us a lot of money, right? Get that real estate, sit in place, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we realize that we're in a real estate play, and we're running out of real estate. And the guys who don't have real estate, if you go wait and get your conditional get approved, most likely you're not going to find real estate. So that's the second thing that, it wasn't the state's fault. It was something that we did ask for, and we thought it was a good thing, but now we're seeing it in real time and realizing it's not. And that's just, that's a caveat of business. I'm used to it. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm used to, being flexible and nimble. That's the way you survive and be a successful entrepreneur.
So tell us a little bit about the conference that's coming up. I know that's from the last conference, that's 2021. So
Yes.
when is the one in 2022?
Yes, yes. 2022 coming up, man. October 21st, 22nd, guys. This is our 7th conference, guys. From 2017, we have been pumping out content nonstop, nonstop. We got 20 plus speakers that are going to be there. We fly people from all over the place. You guys will see. We put the best of the best on that stage every single time. Everybody comes through and teaches, and they give master classes. We don't do this little crap where people get up there and talk about the dog and their life and and all. No, this is all about come and teach a master class. You're going to come, and they come, and my guys, I ask all of them, I say, hey, are you willing to share your secrets? You're willing to teach these, inner things and stuff that you do? And they're all so giving that they come and they lay out blueprints for everybody at the conference. So I'm to tell you guys, don't waste your time doing too much of everything else. You want to be at Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference, October 21st, 22nd. Go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com. Get your tickets right now. They're on sale, and you get a special discount. The closer we get to the time, the higher the ticket prices go. So you early birds right now, get it right now. You can get it in 50% off.
So tell me, Gary, what's the craziest thing that ever happened to you?
Oh man, are you gonna hit me with that one already?
Pick anyone. Pick anyone. We're wrapping it up, so I'm trying to get
Okay,
you to the
okay.
craziest.
Let me see. The craziest thing that ever happened, man. I've had a lot of crazy things.
Just pick one.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, here's a crazy thing. My daughter goes to get married a few weeks ago, right? And I go to get my tuxedo, and I ran out of time. I was late, of course. So I said, oh, I got to think about my buddies who I know who has, in the business, somebody that can help me out getting a tuxedo fast. Go to one of my old clients, one of my original clients back from the early 2000s was Boss Tuxedo, did a vehicle wrap and a bunch of stuff for that company. I called them up, see if they were still around. They were still around. Ran over there and said, hey man, can you fit me up? They said, I'll do it for you. You hooked us up. We got you. They hooked me up. By the way, when we did that, I said, my daughter's getting married, and I told her where it was. He said, wait a minute, I know somebody else getting married over there. That sounds very familiar. He says, your daughter wouldn't happen to be marrying such and such. I'm not gonna say my daughter, fiance. And I said, you gotta be kidding me. You know him. And he knew my daughter's fiance. He says, not only do I know them, I lived across the street from them. And I watched him and his sister grow up their whole lives. I said, get the hell out of here. I said, that means you were seeing my daughter, because I used to go with my daughter when she was little, 5 years old, 6 years old, go to his place and go to the tuxedo place and kick it with him and have a bunch of fun. And I said, you were seeing my daughter, and you were seeing her future husband to be, who was literally about 80 miles away every single day. And they got together and they're married now. So that's one of the craziest stories that I can think of at the top.
Story. So Gary, if people want to get in touch with you, where's the best place for them to look?
Best place is realcannabisentrepreneur.com. Realcannabisentrepreneur.com. Guys, hit us up right there anytime. Or you can go to realcannaconsulting.com. Any of you want to get through the application process, don't have $150,000 to do it, go to realcannaconsulting.com. Go to the conference, realcannabisentrepreneur.com, because this one is going to be insane. And we had to upgrade to the largest ballroom in New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. So this one's going to be crazy. So that's it, time for the day.
Well, I'll be there, Gary. And so just want to thank you for being my guest, and I'm going to say goodbye to everyone and to you, and have a great day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ty. Appreciate it, man.
Okay, take care, my friend.
Thank you.